John Red Rock here, back with another video. We are continuing our Atlanta Flames franchise mode. And we're in Stanley Cup Finals, so let's look at the lines and see if we win the cup. Now, if we do win the cup, I'm ending this series. I got NHL 26. I haven't edited rosters yet, so I really have to do that. So, yeah. So next video might be in, it honestly might be in like 3 weeks. It's crazy as that is. Because I gotta do roster editing. Well, at first I have to get downloaded, roster editing. I'll go through rosters, then edit rosters, then add players, then put those players where they should be. And yeah. There's a lot to do in this game. Well, as you can see here, their forwards, their defense, and their goaltending. How good has he been? He's been pretty good. Okay. Game number 1. First period. We had 13 shots. They had 4 shots. We did pretty good that period, even though we didn't get a goal. Second period, 2-0 Atlanta. Camilleri on power play, and Datsuk even strength. Okay, third period. Let's see what happens. Speed though. And they score. Though Pobilius scores for us. Power play for them. And they do not convert. 3-1 Atlanta, final 5 minutes, and it's 4-1 Atlanta. We get 40 shots. Wolf was pretty good. Camilleri did good, and Datsuk, not too bad. Pretty good first game. I like that. Let's keep the momentum going, though. First period. It's 2-1. They shot more than us. Maybe Kuchekov's not as good as I thought. I thought he's going to be prime Carey Price, but maybe not. Buchnevich opens scoring for them. Then Nyes and Pinto gets 1 after. 1 each. What am I saying? For Atlanta, 2-1 heading into second. Stays 2-1. We get more shots. They get more shots too, though. Keep the lead. Let's see what happens in the third. Full speed. They tie it up. We have a power play. Pinto scores right after our power play. Now they have a power play. No one scores. Final 5 minutes. Only up by 1. Belchitz with the empty netter. Right on. Two nothing series. We are... Jeez, he still has really good numbers somehow. First period, 1-1. Bolduc opens the scoring at a minute 16. Then a minute later, DuPont ties it up. Okay. Second period, we're leading in shots. And we're leading in goals. Demidov and Datsuk. Right on. We're leading in shots only by 3, but we're leading in goals by 2. Let's see what happens in the third. Power play. No goal. Final 5 minutes. And the St. Louis Blues, as we get an empty netter by DuPont, and the St. Louis Blues backs are against the wall. Okay. We have a 3-0 lead. Let's see if we can do it. First period. No goals. We're leading in shots. Okay. Okay. Second period. No goals. Let's see what happens in the third. Ryabkin opens scoring as we're leading in like more than 10 shots. Power play goal for Pinto right on. We have a 2-0 lead. Renzel gets one though. With a minute and a half. Okay, that's the away jersey. This is the home jersey. And this is alternate jersey, really random. And, yeah. '93, '92, '87 against an 88, 90, and 86.
Here in the late stages of this third period. Been a fun one tonight with the score 2-1 to this point. Grabs the puck here in the neutral zone. Dumps the puck in. Atlanta's got possession of the puck. Across the line and on the attack. Final minute to go here in the third. And a great save.
Whenever he gets in close quarters, it's almost a gimme, isn't it? Well, not tonight. The goaltender comes up huge.
In desperate need of a goal here, they've got the extra attacker out. In front, and a stoppage on the play as the goaltender covers things up. That is a
40 seconds, empty net.
Well, it certainly is, and an extra attacker on the ice. Possession is critical. Got to win this face-off.
Ryabkin.
St. Louis
This
wins
is the
possession.
face-off. They get a shot off. Nice.
This is a fantastic save, James, and he makes it
To
look easy.
Demidov and the deflection by the defenseman.
The players in front of him to make it.
And then it goes right back to Demidov. Right on you, mate.
James, a real insurance marker,
Oh,
and
yeah.
a game well fought and a win well earned.
He's probably going to
Well, you
win
have to be an accurate
Conn Smythe.
shooter if you're going to score goals in tight, James, because you get closure quickly. You got to find a way to have pinpoint accuracy. It's a game of inches, and he doesn't miss. They're trailing in this game, and they've been on a losing streak, and they're trying to just orchestrate some kind of energy, and the coach behind the bench isn't having any of it right now because he's frustrated at the result, but also frustrated at the process, trying to find a way to get his team activated.
Atlanta's not far from the finish line here as they lead it late in this third. St. Louis wins the draw in the neutral zone. Looks to make a play over to Bolduc. Inside the
Bolduc.
offensive zone.
Camilleri.
Great
Camilleri
stop by the
shoots.
goaltender off the glove.
Camilleri takes it.
Oh,
Matsuk
what a
shoots.
save by
Stopped by their goalie.
The goaltender is very aware
They're
of where
down
the
by
puck
2.
is in that low slot area and defends his crease by getting out, being
There's
aggressive,
the
and
cup.
taking away any of the net. The Stanley Cup is in the building.
They're
It is
down by
all
2,
polished
10
up and
seconds
out of the
left in their
case, and
zone.
you can see the anticipation as
We-
everyone is looking on as the childhood dream comes alive.
Centers get set as they're ready to drop the puck again. St. Louis wins the draw. Have you met Lord Stanley? Well, you're about to hear as they are about to win the most coveted prize in hockey. And out comes the extra attacker with the goaltender.
The Atlanta Flames sweep the St. Louis Blues to win the Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup champions. The dream has been realized for every single player in that room and on the ice.
Well, it is the best, right, James? I mean, such a difficult trophy to win, and it's a childhood dream, and you can see them all in celebration right now. It's a cumulative effort, especially such a grind to be able to get here. The sacrifices, as you said earlier, blood, sweat, tears. They're here, they're hoisting the cup, a moment they'll never forget.
Conn Smythe goes to Demidov. Stanley Cup.
The moment of truth has arrived. Lord Stanley is about to be handed out.
Ah, so much fun. You can feel and sense the dream is alive. It is right there, and I'm really curious to see who hoists it over their head first, James.
And here comes Cap, the engine, the lifeblood, the heart and soul of this squad, and he's finally a Stanley Cup winner.
Yeah, for the first time to be able to hoist that cup is an incredible feeling. I can just
First
imagine
ever
the
draft
emotion
pick,
that's circulating through his veins. But he has done everything for this team, both on and off the ice.
Cup.
This is a deserved and earned moment.
First for our team. You gotta give it to Demidov, right? Andronov, the rookie? Really?
No passengers on this team. Absolutely zero.
That's crazy.
Look at the contributions by this young rookie as well.
Well, I mean, consistency as well. His adjustments that he made earlier in the year built
Yeah.
his confidence up. And how about
His
the
4
physicality
points
in
really
the playoffs?
helped.
He's showing
Jesus.
different elements to his game, and he's
Give
a
it to
Stanley
Conn
Cup
Smythe
champion.
and the goalie. Maybe first line center. Don't you dare give it to Wall or Beauvillier. And you give it to Beauvillier. Okay.
You know, for some routines, Cheryl, you say it's old hat. I don't think winning the Stanley Cup multiple times ever gets tiresome.
Oh, it can't be, James. And it's no fluke, right? You know that he plays in the regular
I
season.
guess
how difficult it is to
Andronov
make the
has his
playoffs.
favorite.
And to be able to go round after round.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
telling
you
he's
can't see the
seasoned, and
names
that
on
blends
those
right through the
jerseys.
dressing room.
Don't give it to the rookie goalie. Give it to the starter.
You know, he's not going to get the headlines or all the fanfare, but they don't win without his contributions.
No, they don't, James. I mean, the water bugs, they got to be moving and they got to be creating energy, and that's exactly what he did, all while contributing at the same time. Let's face it, you need secondary scoring in a Stanley Cup final, and he provided it.
The celebration continues, and they're all converging at center ice for the team pick.
Hard to believe that so many of them are banged up. Hey, James, at the arduous process of getting to the Stanley Cup final, but that's why they're all in one heap, showing the pure elation of the moment.
And the Atlanta Flames, for the first time in franchise history, win the Stanley Cup. Wow. Here's third star, Dustin Wolf. Had a wonderful series. Demidov, second star. Really good trade. Trading him. We traded for a star. We gave up a star. And Kochekov, he had a really good game. We were just a really good team, too. Well, this is the team that got us to the cup. You have Nyes, Rabkin, Demidov. Really good first line. You had Datsuk, Denoe, Camilleri. That was a big risk this year, but paid off. Bobillier, Pinto, and Belchitz. I was thinking if we don't win the cup, we're moving Pinto. But we do it with him, our longest tenured player. Been here during the rough times and the good times. Fourth line, don't normally pay a guy $3.5 million to be our fourth line center, but it worked out. And our franchise cornerstone, Landon DuPont, that we drafted first overall. True number one defenseman. With a true leader in Timothy Korolchuk. One of the best defensive defensemen I've ever seen. Irwin, a solid second pair. And Sider, a good veteran we brought in free agency. Kesslering, who's been here for 3 years. And Andronov as a rookie. But you can't forget Dustin Wolf, who I gave a massive contract to. Maybe that's not a good decision, but it worked out in the end. With Bruce Ben. Would have been better if it was Bruce Banner, but we don't get to make that decision. And you can't forget Dmitry Kuzmin, who we picked off waivers. Guy's a stud. We couldn't have done it without him, pretty much. And the player stats. Demidov was spectacular. Ryabkin, spectacular. Camilleri exceeded expectations by a mile. Nyes, it was one of my best moves getting you. DuPont, couldn't have done it without you. Pinto, you are a good veteran. All these guys really did something good for our team. And Wolf, when it mattered the most, he performed. Going 16-3-2 with a 913 at 246. The awards: Atlanta Flames with the Cup, President Trophy, Edmonton Oilers, St. Louis Blues, and Atlanta Flames for the trophies. McDavid with Art Ross, Hart, McDavid, Norris, Hughes, Lady Bing, Draisaitl. Ah, that's a new one. Normally it's like McDavid, not Draisaitl. Korobanov or Korobov with the Calder, Demidov, Conn Smythe, Vesna, Levi for the third year in a row, Jennings goes to Askarov. Masterton goes to Buma on Seattle. Adams goes to Shen on Seattle. B. Shen, maybe it's Braden Shen, who knows. Frank Selke goes to James Higgins. Really, that's an interesting one. McDavid with the Ted Lindsay. And Maurice Richard goes to the Atlanta Flames for his second year in a row. But Ivan Demidov, or as I've heard, Demidov. And nothing too interesting in the AHL. Okay, let's record book. So seasons with the team, Pinto. Games played, Pinto. Goals, Robertson. Assists, nice. Points is nice. Wow, nice. Penalty minutes is Korolchuk. Wolf wins and shutouts. Uh, and a season, Ekblad for games. Goals for Robertson. Assists, Demidov. Or assists, Ryabkin. Wrong, Russian. Points, Ryabkin. Penalty minutes, Tanner Janot. Wins, Dustin Wolf. And shutouts, Markstrom. Rookie goals is Stanton. Assists meets Misa. Points, Misa. Wins, Ben. And shutouts, Daigle. And in a game, goals, Camilleri. Assists, Brock Besser. Points, Denoyer. And saves, Jacob Markstrom. And that is our franchise mode of the Atlanta Flames. Hope y'all enjoyed. See you in NHL 26. Goodbye for now.